Hello, everybody. I'm Brian,
And I'm Brian.
and this is Brian versus Brian, episode 203. Trigger warning, spoiler warning as well. Okay, trigger warning.
Trigger and
O-
spoiler warning.
Only on Netflix. Directed by Muli Surya and her English language film debut, starring Jessica Alba and Anthony Michael Hall. So there's a little bit of a throwback, and then a lot of bit of a throwback.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, we're talking Breakfast Club.
The
We're,
brain, yeah.
yeah, we're talking James Cameron's Dark Angel.
Yeah.
I don't I don't really remember anything else Jessica Alba was kind of famous for. Into the Blue. I don't
Yeah.
know. Couple
So
things.
random ass action movies in like the early 2000s.
Yeah. Released June 21st, 2024. Yeah, that's really all I got because it's a Netflix and they don't want to give us no info. Do 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 do. So this was acquired by Thunder Road Films in 2016. Was described as a female-led cross between First Blood and John Wick. Netflix later acquired the film in May. Several castings were announced in September, with filming occurring in New Mexico. Uh, Fucking First Blood meets John Wick. I don't know. I guess
I guess. Like
I can see a little bit of First Blood because of the trying to chase down the people.
yeah,
For,
small town,
yeah,
yeah.
but John Wick, this fucking Jessica Alba never picks up a gun. It's like always got a knife.
Yeah.
I was like,
Or a machete, a knife or a
I'm
machete.
I'm really good at knives. It's
Yeah.
like what the fuck?
Uh,
There's multiple guns available and around, and she just no, this knife will do.
mhm.
Uh, how did it start? We started in I don't know, probably like
Middle East or
Afghanistan or
something. Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it said where it was, but it was quick. I didn't get it. I was like, no, what'd
Yeah.
that say? I'm not gonna rewind it. And she's like a special forces badass chick. They're hunting people down, or they're getting hunted down, right? Because they're in like
Yeah.
a what the hell is that called? Medical aid like truck. Like I think they know we're not foreign aid. Shooting
Mhm.
at them, and they kind of turn the pages on the people chasing them and get them, and then they capture them. Her backup comes, and then one of her backup just starts executing
Yeah,
the
trying to
people,
execute this, the prisoners.
and she stops them. No, they're people too. Something like that. And of course, she uses a knife, like stabs him in the hand and all this stuff. And I like that guy. He was kind of scary. He like didn't have any emotion when he's trying to kill him, and she's trying to stop him. Just
Yeah.
he's like didn't even say a word to her.
Also, why was
Uh,
he trying to execute? That wasn't that big of a deal. Like when you get a soldier like that wants to execute prisoners, it's usually personal or whatever. But I didn't. He was just like, I'm going to execute these guys. Like, why? Why are you doing this?
I don't want to deal with the paperwork,
Yeah.
man. This is my Friday,
Uh,
dude.
yeah.
I'm about to be out of here.
Uh,
So, oh yeah, then she gets a call. What was her name?
is it Parker? I know it's
Yeah,
over with a
yeah,
P.
Parker. Parker, you need to come home. The mine's collapsed. Your dad was in there. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember when it was said, but she's like, he died in there, but it, he was where he loved to be when
Yeah.
it collapsed. I was like, okay, that's good. That's
Oh
glass
my
half
god.
full. I like it. Glass half full. And
Oh
then
Jesus.
she goes back to town. Her dad worked at a mine. We find out it's a little mining town, and he had a weird bar slash restaurant slash tower. It's
Yeah,
like
in
it's
the
really
middle of nowhere.
yeah, it's really tall, and yeah. So who does she talk to first about it? Does she go talk to the sheriff? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
right?
She goes to the sheriff and he hands her the note, which he thinks it's
Oh
a
yeah.
suicide note, and she's like, "No, it's just a letter." And then I think he drops her off at the bar at her house. And then she starts touching everything. You remember that? She's like walking by the table, touch, picture frame, touch, the
I
curtain.
don't remember that.
Yeah. We
No.
were laughing because she's like she's going through the whole room and she's just touching
She's
everything.
just
Like, what the fuck?
absorbing the memories. Yeah, and then they'll have weird flashbacks of like her seeing him,
Yeah.
her Mexican dad, or she's at one point she was injured and like he shows up in the passenger seat. Maybe you should pull over the car, mijo.
Yeah.
It's something like that. And
Oh
then she's like,
god.
I'm fine. And then we cut to a different Mexican guy, like on a tractor, his perspective kind of far off and seeing the,
Oh
the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
truck roll. I told you.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, the sheriff explains that, thinks it might be suicide. There's some history between them, like they used to date or something.
Yeah.
So they know each other, and he's got a younger brother who's a dickhead.
Elvis.
Elvis,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was fun.
Elvis.
He was like the only fun character in this movie. He's a dickhead, but that, I like the fun dickhead characters. They're hilarious.
Yeah. And so they go down there and check out the mine, right? She's interested. She's kind of deciding she's gonna have to wrap up some loose ends with his death and decide if she's gonna stay and take over the bar or she's gonna sell everything and all that kind of stuff. Uh, so they go down to the mine and she picks up this rock. Just
Oh yeah.
all of a sudden, the one rock. Look at these pock marks. It looked like a rock to me.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even tell. What are you talking about? What's wrong with it? It looks like a rock. No, but look at the pock marks. They're pocked. They're pocked so good.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
even
then
her friend is like, "What?" I think his name was the Mikey or Mike the lizard guy, the stoner dude. Even he was like,
yeah,
"Oh, it looks like a fucking rock to me."
yeah, he works in the bar, right? I came to feed the lizard. Where's that thing? And I don't remember how she has a grenade, right?
Yeah, she like goes to the house and grabs a grenade from like a crate or something, or like a something that her dad had. And then they're like casually walking, having a conversation outside, and then she's just out of nowhere. What does she like? Watch out! And she just
Plug your ears.
she just chucks it. It's like, dude,
You didn't give me enough time.
yeah, a little warning.
It was like plug your
Oh
ears, throw, boom.
god.
I didn't even
Uh,
register what you said, and then there's a
yeah.
shattering explosion. And then she goes up to where the grenade blew up, picks up a almost like the same exact rock, like the same size. Look, they're the same. They're both a rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think a grenade blew up this fucking tunnel. I don't think it collapsed. And everyone keeps telling her that like her dad was getting a little senile or something. Just having some memory issues. And she doesn't want to hear that. Uh then what do we get at here?
I think we get like our first action scene where they go to the bar and we meet Elvis and everybody. And then they're on their way out. And there's something like in the background, some information about guns being smuggled in. There's like a problem with guns, and then she's like talking to her friend Mikey or Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "What do the people look like when they're smuggling?" And she's like looking at one of the cars inside that are parked outside the bar. There's like guns in the back. And so they wait and they follow them to what was it, like a convenience store or a hardware store. She like goes in through a garage and goes through like the background. I don't know, it looked like a convenience store to me. And then we get our first kind of like,
Yeah.
action scene where she beats up on these three robbers.
I think before that we saw, didn't she witness Elvis shooting an RPG?
Mm.
Because she's kind
Yeah, I
of,
don't remember.
and
Yeah, I don't
that's
remember.
when she starts to be like, where would you get that?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, then the convenience store fight was once again, it's like a knife. Everyone's got
Mhm.
guns and an AK. It's a very, very like, very Seagal type fighting style with it when he
Yeah.
fights with the knives. Like, ding, ding. The
Yeah.
fucking little uh sparks and shit. And uh and then there's like pretty comical stuff, like when she grabs that one guy by the arm and drags his head through the hanging frying pans that just happen to be
Oh
for
yeah. Ding 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 ding
sale in
ding.
this convenience store. If you need a frying
Yeah.
pan real quick, just tick, 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 tick.
Get some.
Yeah, they're stick free, so Teflon.
Yeah. And a chainsaw. I think it was a chainsaw at one
Oh
point.
yeah, right. It's like
What the
she's
fuck?
somebody comes in, it's to the room and sees her fighting with another one. And she, oh, fuck, grabs a fucking chainsaw just like off a display. So first of all, I couldn't I was like, is it on or is he just using it?
Yeah, it was.
But then it was making a little bit of
It was
noise.
making a little bit.
I think
Yeah.
it was electric
Yeah.
because it was like like an electric chainsaw.
Uh,
And then she's like, "Oh shit, this like she I think she had a knife. Like this isn't gonna do for this fight," and puts it away and like grabs a big leather strap to do
yeah.
some kind of binding work, like Jackie Chan shit. You know, I'll bind you here, huh? I'll wrap you up with this, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The
yeah, I
core.
thought that.
I like the choreography. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting a little more like I don't know. I guess martial artsy, but it's very much the choreography is very much like grabbing and like body twisting and like it was kind of interesting. I thought it was some of that shit I've never really seen before. Oh, that was fucking cool. I was expecting more like punch and kick and jump kicks, but it was more like twisting people's arms and legs and like
Yeah,
contorting them. And I was like, oh, this some of this is pretty badass.
a lot of arm bars.
Yes.
uh, so yeah, she I don't know beats the shit out of Elvis and his buddies. Um, do. Is that when the sheriff that she knows shows up? I can't remember.
At one point, Elvis is with his buddies inside the cave. I don't remember what they're doing. I think they're smuggling or something. I don't know. They're just kind of hanging around. And then she shows up and gets pissed off and starts beating the shit out of Elvis in the car. And that's when the cop shows up and he's like,
Yeah, because they're hanging
calm
out
down.
in the man cave her
Yeah.
dad built in the cave because he's got a man cave in a cave. Whoa! And it's like a lounge chair and a
Yeah. It's
projector
just, yeah.
just
Yeah.
projecting onto like jagged ass rock. Like you can't watch anything on this. It's like fucking
Yeah. Yeah.
texture and depth is fucked up.
Uh,
I don't know how good that's gonna look. And she's like, "Get out of his chair!" And then whoops all their asses. Sheriff comes, um, like arrests her, and she's
yeah.
like, "They killed him. I know it. Elvis killed him." And I think we realize now that he's like, uh, I think before that, didn't she go to she contact her NSA friend, right? Who went over cameras.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Spider, I think is his name. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think they burned down her bar because she went and beat him up in the convenience store, right? Is that the timeline? And then after the convenience store, or after the burning down of her bar, she enlists Spider to see if he can get some kind of info on them, and somehow he gets the camera footage from the bar.
Yeah, I don't quite remember
Yeah,
the chain of events. I know that after the jail scene, the fire must have happened before she gets arrested because after she gets arrested is when she gets like tortured and beat up. So she's kind of like hiding away for a really long time, and then that leads to the climax of the bar must have gotten set on fire before she assaults Elvis, but I don't remember what the reasoning was.
yeah, they're smuggling weapons through this tunnel. They all got jobs at an army depot, and they made a tunnel from the army depot like into the mining tunnels, so they
Yeah,
could just get them out of the depot and sell them on the dark web or something.
yeah,
And she witnesses one of their sales, and Elvis, he's like, "Do you have anything bigger?" And Elvis is like, "What? How big?" And the guy wants RPGs. He's like, "You get me 5 RPGs, I'll have $500,000 in your bank account by Friday. He's like, and I think at this time they're trying to not sell weapons anymore, right? They're trying to like he was just doing one last little sale. I don't think he was supposed to, and he's like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I think I could do that, sure. And yeah, then after she's in the jail, uh, it's kind of revealed because she knows too much. And then we get to find out that the fucking sheriff's involved. He knows about it. He's not that involved, but he knows about it, and he's not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
And now he's really involved because he's torturing her. Or actually, I guess he didn't really do anything, but he stood there, so he's part of it.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get her to leave and just forget everything. We'll give you $5 million for your property. Just go about with your life. Get out of here, Parker. We don't
Yeah.
need you. And the senator's involved, and they're fucking smuggling guns to finance his campaign, right? And that's how he
Sure.
has
Yeah.
all these. That's how he has all these radio ads that are so nice and stuff.
Hmm.
And she did comment on, I said a lot of your ads. Yeah, and
That must cost
he
millions of dollars to get on the radio.
yeah, yeah, and he's kind of useless, man.
Yeah.
Michael Hall doesn't do much in this at all. I thought he was gonna be like a big bad, but not really. He's just kind of there. Just the evil senator doesn't have much to do or say.
Yeah, he's the big bad, the big bad conservative, I guess. I think the movie portrays him as like this conservative guy who says the wrong things, and I was just like, come on, man,
Yeah,
get out of here.
and shit.
What do I say?
Sh-
Latinx? What Latinx? I was just like the whole scene was so weird. I was like, why are we doing this?
Latinx, and yeah, as they have her and they're torturing her, they want the footage from the bar that could prove that they burned it down. Like that's the least of their worries. They're worried about l fucking uh burning something down when they've been smuggling fucking weapons from the US military and stealing them. I want that footage of us burning that barn. Dang it. That could really get us. Uh so she says I need to call my friend Spider from the NSA and tell him where to upload the footage so you can get it. And so they call him on the phone and it's on speaker. Hey, Spider, I need your favor again. I'm here with Senator whatever, and they're all fucking torturing me. Help! And then they're like, "Oh, you bitch! Damn, we should have anticipated something like this. I didn't think she was
Oh my
gonna tell
god.
on us. You weren't supposed to tell on us, you jerk." And then, yeah, it's funny. Like who had her phone? The sheriff had her phone in his
Oh
like
yeah.
drawer, and it's like ringing off the hook. And he goes and checks it, and it's just like missed call, missed call. Obviously, Spider's like trying to see what the fuck's going on, and then missed call, missed call. Then the text is like, "What the fuck's going on? I'm coming right now. I'll be there soon." And then he texts, "No, I'm okay. Don't come out here." And then there's like another missed call. He's like, "Fuck." Text it again. Sorry, can't talk right now.
Oh my god.
I got it under control though.
Dude, that scene was so fucking funny. I was dying. It's so ridiculous because he's like, he gets the passcode and then he sees because the missed phone calls it says unknown number, and
Yeah.
so he's just like, what was that? And he starts looking through the contacts. Oh, Spider. It was out of the hundreds of fucking contacts he's going through, a Spider. And yeah, just the idea we're watching this guy text. So hey, everything's all right now. You don't have to come here. Oh god, it was hilarious.
Wasn't quite what I thought it was. I misjudged the situation. um, yeah, then the people that want to buy the RPGs come back. They don't have the RPGs now. I don't remember why the tunnel got collapsed or something, or just like they're so busy with this other problem they hadn't had a chance to get them. But they're pissed, and so they're kind of fucking with them. And then Spider shows up to like the campus or whatever they're at. And I can't remember the senator's house or somewhere. She goes, "Hey, I'm looking for Parker," and all those guys who are wanting to buy the weapons. Oh yeah, Parker. Yeah, he's inside. Just come on in. And then he's like, "He?" Like, yeah, yeah. You know what? I think I'll come back later.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, obviously they don't know who Parker is. And then they get him, and he's wearing like a nice suit with white shoes. I think somebody comments on his shoes or
He says,
something.
"Don't fuck with him." Like when they
Don't
kind of grapple
don't
him, he's like,
step on my
"Don't step on my
shoes.
shoes," which is fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. And then what the fuck happens at the end? We get a dramatic tunneling fight
Yeah, pretty
bullshit.
lackluster climax in
Yeah.
the tunnels.
Yeah, and then how did it collapse onto Spider? Who did someone throw a grenade or
Spider shoots an RPG
Oh yeah, yeah.
to blow up the other missiles, and then it
It's like
collapses.
in it it's like when you're playing multiplayer in Halo
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, there's two people there. I'm not just gonna shoot them. Fucking RPG will take care of
Yeah.
this. Get a double kill.
Uh,
Takes down the whole fucking tunnel and shit.
Not the best idea.
And anyways, he gets buried. They find him later.
And then all the town folks show up out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
all the town folk, we're here to help. Try that in a small town.
Oh my god.
Don't try smuggling guns in a small town. I tell you what, it's like the fucking
Uh,
the restaurateur lady,
yeah,
everybody.
yeah. Oh Jesus.
And yeah, she kills all of them, I guess. Um
Except for the
and
sheriff, because he
yeah, he
escapes to
get
the depot. Yeah.
yeah, then she gets out to the depot and her big idea, she can't figure out what to do. She just stumbles out in the middle of an army base. I'm bleeding. I've been shot. Don't say you've been shot in the middle of an army base when you're not supposed to be there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What? They're gonna fucking shoot you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I thought that was a little ridiculous because they're just like, oh, go, yeah, get help. And then she's like, just go get someone. I'm gonna bleed out. They just
Yeah,
leave
they
her
leave her
alone.
there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know who you are. And then she ends up finding the sheriff and some weird vibes going on when they're fighting and then uh he pulls out a grenade, pulls the pin. She's like, "No, you don't have to do this." And then she puts down her knife, gets up close to him, like grabs his arm, tries to put like her hand on the pin or
Hmm.
the whatever, the trigger device and hold it down. And at this point it's just like it's almost like she loves him
Yeah.
versus she was just trying to kill him. But now she's like, no, looking in his eyes, getting teary eyed. We can do this. Wouldn't you rather go to prison forever than die?
Yeah.
And
Makes no sense. You think that she'd be egging him on? Do it, you pussy! Like she wants him
yeah,
dead. Like she shot his
yeah,
dad. I think they say he shot him in the back. I was like, dude,
yeah. And
this guy shot your dad in the back.
I think at this point she has stabbed him too a couple times.
Yeah.
Hmm. So it's kind of weird. But then he pushes her off and drops the grenade. And then it's a grenade suicide. Boom. And that was it. And I
Hmm.
think we move on, and next thing we know, we got the bar hop calling her, asking about new colors because they're painting the uh they rebuilt the bar thing, and there's a little radio broadcast or TV broadcast. The senator's family turned out to be murderers and drug smugglers and weapons dealers. Who will be the new senator in our small town? Stay tuned. So, something like that. Like, who
Oh
will
my
be the new
god.
senator? Like, there's no guarantee the senator is going to come from our little ass town. It's like,
Yeah.
well, someone has to replace him. It might as well be one of us.
Uh,
And then you got Spider, and they're getting gas in their truck, and uh, yeah, I found the video clip of your dad being killed. If you want to see it, no,
yeah. No, I
I don't
don't.
want to see it. I don't need to
Uh,
see it. Well, click on that little folder on the bottom right. I thought it was gonna be it. That's
yeah.
gonna be the video. Anyways, It's her graduating 2002 from high school, I guess, and her dad's there. And it's like you could tell it's high school Jessica Alba because she has pink hair. And
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Jessica
that's
Alba now doesn't have pink hair.
it. Oh my God.
I don't know if that I couldn't tell. She didn't look super young in it to me. I
No, they
was
just put a pink
I was
wig on her and yeah.
I was almost thinking, what is this real footage from her graduation? And then they just superimpose that actor in. And sometimes they'll do that, you know. Some
Yeah.
movies will use old footage of or pictures of the actor when they're an actual kid.
Hmm.
That would have been cool, but I don't think they did that. And that's it, man. Netflix original, number one searched on Netflix right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of fun. Uh, Jessica Alba, she was okay. It it was just a kind of a fun movie. I didn't love it. Barely liked it, I think. Um,
Yeah.
I yeah,
I think you're
I
being too generous.
I
Oh,
don't know. I've had a little bit of fun. I
yeah.
For me, I think it was like a 5.6. Like I could tolerate it. I wouldn't watch it again, but it wasn't too egregious having to sit through it. I had a little bit of fun. There was lots of arm bars and people getting stabbed, and you know, Jessica Alba throwback, Michael Hall throwbacks. I had a little bit of fun with it. 5.6.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. We're kind of similar. I'm a little lower. I don't know. I think the only points I'm giving it is I think the choreography is really cool and interesting and stuff that I hadn't really seen before. But yeah, the dialogue is awful. It's a
Oh
bad movie. It's a really bad movie. This is like one of the worst movies I think we've reviewed in a while. Um,
wow.
yeah, I can't think of another movie recently that we've gone that I went this slow. Yeah, I thought this movie was fucking awful. It's funny because there's like certain people on the internet that are like girl boss, like that, those kind of people, which is like whatever, do what you want and have your opinion. But I'd almost go further and say that I'm kind of getting tired of just like overpowered action heroes. Like remember when we were growing up, we had like John McClane and Axel Foley, like these normal ass people that are like stuck in situations. But like now in action movies, everyone's fucking Jason Bourne. Like everyone's the best at what they do, and it's kind of like I kind of want to go back to those average everyday, protagonists because some of the stuff is just kind of like, even though the choreography is cool, it's just like I feel like DJ Khaled, another one. Like it's just another Equalizer,
Yeah.
Extraction, John Wick. Like these things are a dime or a dozen. I'm kind of just getting these are just kind of getting boring to me. Um,
Yeah, then when she whips everyone's ass,
mhm.
and then at some points, like Elvis is like getting an upper hand on her, right? When they're fighting hand to hand, and you're like, well, how's that happening? Because
Yeah.
up until now, she's just handled everyone with
Yep.
ease.
Yep.
So,
Even in the climax where it's like okay in the climax you kind of have to have the character struggle a little bit. Your final bossing, this is the final bossing of the movie, but she handles everybody in that cave, and it's like, and it's not just this movie, there's other movies, other examples where every protagonist is just the best. So it's like, man, I kind of just want to go back to fucking the everyday kind of people. But so yeah, to me, it was just this just felt like another one. Didn't really do much different than like other movies are doing things, but like John Wick. I think even though like the movies I just mentioned, some of those movies I actually enjoy, but it's just this whole genre is getting kind of tiring.
yeah.
But yeah, to me this was a 4.8, so I'm not too far away from you. I don't know if I can give it a 5. For me, it's just like ugh, this was a rough one. This was an hour and 45, and it felt like 3 hours. This felt like longer than Killers of the Flower Moon. I was like, I toggled through that fucking this movie like 5 times. Like, God, 45 minutes left. 20 minutes left. So this one was a rough one for me. This one was a rough one.
I didn't think the runtime was too bad. I looked at the runtime. I was like, well, thank God.
Yeah.
It's like it's not 2 hours. Like everything we've been getting is like 2 hours or more. I'm like,
Yeah, two and a
well, at
half
least they're
hours.
not trying to do a 2 hour album movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what'd you say? 4.8?
4.8. Yeah.
4.8, 5.6. I had a little more fun. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's a little bit over a 5.5. That's still a failing grade, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so I just had a little bit of fun with it, but yeah, definitely not going to watch it again.
No.
Um, I mean, it's on Netflix. If you're especially, I don't know, there are people that just have Netflix, so they're
Yeah, yeah.
just they crave the new content, so they like, fuck, I've watched almost everything I can on Netflix. A new one comes out, they watch it. I'd say watch it. Go ahead. See what you get from it.
Yeah, this feels like I guess I'll give the movie a compliment in a sense. But this, to your point, this feels like a good like Sunday afternoon. Like again, I hate to say when we grew up, it sounds like we're fucking old. But when we grew up, we had movies like this that were on like TNT or TBS, like these older kind of action movies you would just throw
Yeah.
on in an afternoon or whatever, and they were just like whatever. This feels like another one of those movies where it's just like lay it on the couch on the afternoon and hopefully enjoy yourself a little bit. That's kind of what
Yeah,
this feels like.
for sure. 4.8, 5.6 on Netflix right now. Number one, of course, because it's the new one. So it'll be easy to find up in the top of the new to Netflix or trending bar if you go relatively soon.
And I was on
Uh,
there, and guess what? Hitman is no longer on the top 10 and is now buried. Like, which
yeah.
is a shame because we both enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was good. Definitely good. Uh, yeah, so thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Always here on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. Drop a comment what you thought of the movie. Also on Spotify and Apple Music. Appreciate having you. Couldn't do it without you. Until the next Vs. Peace.
Peace.